It's the bass.
Happy New Year's, everybody. Yo, it's been a while. We didn't go under because of COVID.
Nope.
We didn't lose. We didn't go bankrupt. We just been MIA.
Speak for yourself.
No, he's in the afterlife currently.
He said, "Speak for yourself."
This is why I'm glowing. I mean, I don't know what y'all been up to. Things have been good on my end. I escaped the COVID thing. I've avoided COVID up to this far. I feel like now it's at that point, at least in my circle, where it's like who hasn't gotten COVID. But luckily, everybody came out safe. It's like pretty much everybody. Well, not everybody, but a lot of people I know got COVID. My brothers got together.
I caught it.
My family, all of them got it.
Yeah, I caught it. Look at that.
You caught it too, bro. It was like the only thing is I'll say and maybe it's because I embarrassed everybody into getting like vaccines. Not everybody was like boosted, but everybody was super vaccinated. Yo, not for I'll say this before I move it on to y'all. But everybody turned out fine. Like anything serious happened. Like sore throat, some people. But I will say my father did get COVID, like actual COVID, and my parents did, and they both got sick. And bro, I thought my pops was gonna die. And like real talk, I really thought he was gonna die. Like he had to get taken to the emergency room. Like he couldn't even. But whatever. Like he got saved through some miracle. There has to be some type of God out there looking out for him.
Whenever you have a down ally, you just hold B, and then you revive.
Oh, wow.
That's what he just went over and.
Bro, the thing that blows my mind about my father is that like he's what you would consider high risk or very vulnerable because he's on dialysis. So like he's already in that thing. Risk. But I just think about all the crazy shit that's happened to my father, like motorcycle accidents, random shit, like car accident. I'm like, bro, you're lucky you're alive. But I only bring that up because he did get COVID before. He did not get the booster, but they all got together, and him and my mom, they were the only people that didn't get sick at that party. And I think it's because they had it before and they had no symptoms whatsoever. And I just want to give a clap to vaccines, bro, because I feel like they saved everybody.
Hallelujah.
Everybody. Nobody got like seriously sick. Nobody got seriously sick, and they didn't even have the booster.
Did anybody here get the booster?
Yep,
I got the booster. Yeah,
it was just too easy.
Looks like he did it.
I just want that. I know someone who passed away recently from COVID, even though they were in the age range where where they're higher risk. Even with the Omicron variant that. Supposedly, at least in the near term, has milder symptoms. People are still passing away and hospitals are still filling up. Even though I think we're either peaking or close to peaking, at least this wave, which is good news. But yeah, everyone just stay safe. Glad you guys are okay. Yeah,
condolences, thoughts and prayers to everybody who has lost someone during the pandemic, all variants.
Yeah. Luckily, no one in my immediate family has gotten it. A couple of aunts and uncles, they've gotten COVID. And I've mentioned this on a past show. Someone actually really close to me, he's like a father figure. One of my best friends, his dad, who's kind of like my dad too. He sold me my first car. Took me to DR for the first time. he passed away. Yeah, for my 30th.
Ezoku,
where Ezoku was born. He passed away from COVID last year, unfortunately. But other than him, no one in my immediate circle, thank God, has succumbed to it. And just being safe, being cautious. Everyone's pretty much vaxxed and boosted in my family, except for my Hotep cousin who you guys met on a past show. He's still anti-vax, still going strong, and still not invited to my home anytime soon. So.
Well, let's hope he stays safe. Let's hope he stays safe.
I do. I pray for him all the time. I do. I don't wish for him to get COVID and something bad to happen. I just wish that he stay safe in these streets.
I don't know, but the way you said that, you kind of be like, yo, if he does though, you'll be like, I told you so.
I told you.
Okay, this just turns to an episode of Daria real quick. Like,
Yeah, but I guess on the up and up, things are going great. Career wise, things are going good. I actually started consulting for this random financial services company. So
okay,
is that the new job? Because I remember you secured the bag.
I got it. Everything's it's a real job. It's a real job.
Yeah.
The checks are rolling in. Yo, that was funny. That was the first thing I was worried about. I was like, yo, this shit is too good to be true. And then the laptop came in, and I was like, oh shit, it's a Mac. This can't be that big of a scheme. And then that first check came in, and I was like, oh my god. I love
how DK is living. You're literally living my life now. I love it.
Son,
welcome to the club. Welcome to the club. New laptop, new checks, new money, new tax bracket.
Everything's great, bro. I did start recently doing some machine learning engineering, like cross training program, because that's one big thing that I like about where I work at. They offer a lot of incentives to always like professionally develop yourself. Besides like a PD budget, but like, they offer like clearly like this cross training program that I'm like a part of now. So like it's dope because like I've done work where I've actually put machine learning like algorithms into production. But I'm literally just cleaning up someone's work and then, doing all the back end infrastructure stuff that they don't know. So like I didn't really understand all the exact steps. Not that I couldn't, clearly I'm going to, but I'm just glad I get that, that space to be able to like learn how to do all that stuff. Because not for nothing, machine learning and AI, to me, that shit is like the future more so because like there's a lot of like really mundane, repetitive tasks that that just can be figured out with this shit. So I'm pretty hyped about that. And yeah,
DK is coming for your jobs. His job is going to be to come for your job. Just know that.
I'm gonna make AI music and an AI teacher.
So, DK, I'm glad you brought up your profession. Well, before we get to where I want to get to, call me master.
Wait, hold on. That was funny.
Racism.
He was like, yo, fuck what you're talking about. Let's talk about me and my achievements. That's literally that.
I want to take a moment to talk about myself.
I thought we were all going about you.
Go back to what he's talking about. We're not gonna go back. This is
you went straight Ric Flair, bro. I'd like to take a moment to talk about myself, to talk about the Nature Boy.
Woo! Achievements is just me.
Go for it. The floor is yours, bro.
Go for it. The floor is yours.
All I got is masters, bro. All I got is a measly masters.
Whoa, nah.
What have you been up to?
A master in whoa, nah.
that was like a confused laugh. He's like, was that funny? But yo, congratulations. You got your masters. Describe your path. Like what's happening?
Let's get some applause going.
Woo! You pick what I like to speak, you old nigga. You describe on what? Now, it was a long journey. I had to learn through the pandemic. We'll go to class with the pandemic. Like I was learning things I already knew.
So you heard it here. School's fucking stupid.
A master's is all about having the money to pay long enough to get the paper.
Basically,
it's like I think
it's a scam that everyone's in on.
No, not for nothing. Because like I did grad school too, and I did the teaching fellow, so it was like at the same time that I was teaching, and like everything that they try to teach us was like really not applicable because it's all theory, and you're never gonna do it because
exactly until you get in the class.
But yeah,
fuck you up.
But it's like there's a certain mutual understanding. So it's just like as long as you do your work and you put some effort, you get an A. So like I didn't get an A in all my classes in grad school, but it's really hard to not have A's in grad school.
Yeah. So, I mean, what is your opinion about the experience? Because I know having a master's, right? Having a master's in various fields is just like, it's good. It gives you a level of credibility. I don't have a master's, but I just think school in general, when it comes to like college, but particularly when it comes to higher degrees, I think a large part of it is the network that you're exposed to.
Okay. Okay, boy.
I'm asking you, is that the case for you? Like, what is your experience like?
That's something that someone without a master's would say, bro.
Let me jump on my pit. All right, here we go. So
you about to freestyle? What the hell? Like,
I'm about to freestyle. Yo.
Sweaty.
Yo, knees are weak. I'll start from undergrad. So undergrad felt like a social network building experience, whereas master's
Disneyland for adults.
Right, literally Disneyland for adults. Disneyland of America, like you're running all over America, just fucking shit up for free, and then saying you're a college student. Where the master's program felt like an economic build of networking, right? So much to DK's point, it's really hard to get a failing grade because when you get past undergrad, these teachers don't really care. Like they're not trying to fail you because you're paying large bucks for this and you're actually doing something for the community. So now these teachers are like working with you, trying to get you through, trying to make sure you pass. It's mad hard to like get a failing grade. It's mad hard to fail a grad class because these grad teachers are really working with you, and a lot of them are your age, honestly. And in my experience in the grad school program, being that all classes are kind of like blended into one, you're kind of saying the same thing over and over in each class. So your paper for class A, you can use for class C. And your paper for class B, you can use for class D. And it kind of just blends together. And then you're also, if it's in your field, things are just repeating. This is a repetitive conversation about the same things. And now, luckily for me, I was working in my field. So when I would go into these grad classes, I would be super positive black man, right? Super comfortable, super comfortable, super comfy. He looks safe. I like the safe black guy. So when the safe
safe Negro, that's like a whole.
You're one of the good ones. You're one of the good ones.
That's the archetype.
One of the good ones.
The spook who sat by the door, bro. The safe Negro. Everybody listen to me, and then it's like for my projects, literally for my projects, I would not follow the rubric at all, and I would just put up a little cute black kid and just have him like talk.
Oh, it's over. It's over. It's over. It's done.
He got to get an A.
That's done.
He got to get an A. Like,
that's done. So, we can't fail him.
This is comedy. This is comedy.
I feel like it's gonna be the same way for my doctorate, bro. I feel like all I gotta do for my doctorate is bring up some black fucking topic.
Just talk about struggle in the hood or some shit, and improving whatever, and have some images of one of your students talking and in poverty, how he doesn't have a father or some shit.
Easily, bro. So that's my plan for that's what I'm doing. It's gonna be doctor real soon because I'm gonna go find a black kid and let him use him for my project, and I'm good, bro. But yeah, it's what I also realize is how constrained the narrative is for a lot of our people. When I say our people, I mean black and brown people, right? Boy, yeah, I see the face, and it's like it's a lot of people who we're viewed as like people who need to be saved.
Agreed.
It's
oh man,
it's
I have
crazy.
a lot to say about that.
We're viewed as people who want to be saved. We're viewed as people who need to be freed, and it's heavy. And because of that, I pushed past in a lot of my classes because they thought I was either being saved or a part of the savior squad or whatever you want to call it. Right? Yeah, it's crazy. I use it to my
unbelievable. This is unbelievable.
That's like a weird type of. I'll let you finish. That's like a weird type of racial thing, like identity that goes on. It's so weird, bro. And I think a lot of us perpetuate it, but like, like hardcore.
Yeah, no, I 100%.
Yeah,
agree with
that.
I wouldn't fight back at all. I'm paying close to what $6,000 a course. $6,000, not a course, a semester. You use me and abuse me and give me my A. Get me the fuck out of here. It's terrible. Well, who am I to correct you? You know what I'm saying? But it's like it's a savior mindset. I'm gonna prepare him.
Savior complex for sure. Absolutely.
It's a super savior complex, bro.
So
and they all hold it.
Wait. Before
I'm
you
curious.
okay. I actually had a few other things I want to bring up because I'm okay.
Jump in, DK.
I'm okay, but no, I do want to say about grad school that like just because I'm shitting on it. No, because not for nothing, because of like the
Speaking of black people.
No, I'll get to that in a second. You fucking troll. Who was gonna say? Oh no, about the grad school stuff. So it's definitely. I mean, I'm trolling it a lot, but I do miss and enjoy just being around other people that are like, just kind of like with the same mindset. You know what I mean? And just trying to do the same thing and just curious in the same thing. So like, you'll talk about interesting stuff and shit like that, but I do miss that aspect of it because it's just like, yeah, whatever. And everyone's paying for it, so they got to make pretend like they're interested in it. But before I pass it off, I was only thinking about this a lot more recently because I was watching a video of somebody talking about there's the Martin Luther King speech. There's a specific phrase or specific snippet that a lot of like people always like to try to use in a manipulative way. So it's the thing is like, oh, don't judge somebody by the color of their skin, but the content of their character. And they're talking about that specific phrase being used by like a lot of white folk, to kind of like take things out of context. That's all I wanted to say. So in your face, Edwin, because you thought I was gonna say some stupid shit.
Let me jump in, DK. So my
I didn't think you were gonna say some stupid shit.
No, I love you. I love you. I'm gonna show you, bro.
I had something directly actually having to do with what he said, and I kind of forgot it. So I'll let you talk. I'll try to.
Yeah, let me piggyback on you.
You like what? I'm okay.
So,
okay.
Yo, DK, there's a large part of my process, my time in grad school was trying to like get these white people to understand that that racism exists. Period. This shit exists. This shit's in your fucking face. You know what I'm saying? And yet, like you said, it's not about the color of your skin. It's about the content of your character. It's like a way to say, I got black friends too. Like, chill out. Like, I got a black friend. Like, what do you mean?
I'm an ally.
Yeah, I'm good.
I'm one of the good ones.
A good man is black. What do you? And I had to like really enforce and get them to understand that it's like this shit is the awareness and the understanding of that racism being real is the first step to trying to create anything moving forward. Yeah, I don't see color. Cop out. Purple, black, red, or brown. I love them all.
Yo, DK flag on the flag.
Like all of that, bro. All of that, bro, is crazy. I feel like I went into grad school thinking that it was more of a progressive America than I thought it would be, and I was completely wrong. I think close to 90.
Oh God,
yo, that boy, was I wrong?
I'll put it like
naive.
I'll put it like this, like
naivete is I am.
I'll put it like this. It's like, especially in the position where I mean, obviously you were there, I wasn't, but I would imagine the people that you went to school with and, just the whole program is probably more progressive than most of the country, just given where we're at. So if you think, they're kind of conservative, the rest of the country is America is a very conservative place generally, like, but I think it's interesting how, like, what do you have like a specific example of like your interactions with like your classmates and stuff like that? Because I don't know, I'm curious. You good?
Is he there?
I don't think he's there.
Oh shit! He got canceled. He got canceled.
He was speaking too much truth. The
NSA wasn't having any of that.
He got canceled. Oh no. Well, now that he has the Rona again,
can I hop in with the irony of this whole thing, because it's too funny that my academic advisor, I mentioned this on one of the past shows, I was gonna do grad school. I absolutely was. You know what I mean? I had a couple professors, especially at GA, that told me, like, listen, if you get a chance, do a couple of years of grad school if you're still like figuring out, what you want to do. Like, I knew I wanted to do communications. That's why I switched to it. I knew I wanted to do something with journalism or sports journalism. And I was like all gung-ho to find something in writing or creative writing or English, or even if there was like a journalism program and a master program. But I swear, I kid you not, and I brought this up on a past episode, my advisor was a black dude. His name was Cliff. Cliff. This dude was like, yo, no, don't do it. He's like, you're wasting your money. Your experience is more important than he's like, honestly, your experience is more important than your undergrad degree. So I was like, I'm about to graduate. He's like, congratulations, you're about to graduate. But that doesn't mean shit. It's like, what's good with your experience and your resume and so forth and so on. So this is hilarious listening to all this of like what could have been. But go ahead, DK.
No, I do want to say that it's usually advised to do a master's if you're like changing careers, which is for me and Loso, that was the case. We did something more technical. I did regular engineering. I think he did IT, and then we pivoted into teaching. And I know I needed the license. I was part of the fellowship. I think he did some other type of fellowship where that's what he needed. But you know that made sense because we were changing careers. Unless we're rich or like I guess changing careers, like I guess don't do grad school. But at least before, like when I looked into it, like and like I was advised to only do a master's program, like, and I'm only gonna say from the poor end of things because that's where I came from. Don't do it unless you're like switching careers, like unless you got the money, son. Like if I was Bill Gates' kid or Larry Ellis, whatever, the Oracle CEO guy, because he doesn't care about flaunting his money. I'll go to school for like ever and just do random ass shit.
It's even funnier because I even got a step closer to getting my master's because I was going to get into teaching full time, and at the last minute, just something told me, listen, you already have a degree and you have a pretty good sizable amount of like experience in content creation and podcasting and journalism. So it's just like, yo, don't do it. Don't do it. I was making calls. I'm making inquiries. I was going to do it right here in Rutgers to save some money. I was going to do it, man. I was this close to getting a freaking master's in freaking teaching. And at the last minute, I changed my mind. I was like, yo, nah, this ain't it, Chief.
Yo, so
it worked out.
When I went into teaching, it was specifically because I wanted to use that experience to like pivot into education technology. But like in retrospect, when I think about like what I wanted out of teaching, which I'm grateful that I got the master's, I do want to eventually get a PhD, with like my extra spending cash, when I get to that fucking level. But in retrospect, I wish I would have subbed because you get a lot of the benefits out of it, but you don't get the fucking stress, bro. Like I just wanted to see firsthand how things actually worked out. And you know what? Definitely being a teacher probably gave me a deeper perspective. You know what I mean? But like in terms of like peace of mind, bro, like, and like also being able to see like a lot more different schools, like actually, fuck all that extra like shit that I would use to like pamper up my resume. No, for peace of mind, bro, like in retrospect, because I knew I didn't want to do teaching for the rest of my life or retire off of it. I think subbing would have been a great alternative. And honestly, I think a lot more people should consider it because there's a shortage of teachers. And it's like, yo, from what I understood, and please Ugo, tell us because you went through it. Like, my man, if you don't want to work that day, you don't have to fucking work. Like, it's just like whatever days you can and want to work.
Yeah, no, honestly, this is, and for our listeners and for our viewers, if you are fresh out of college and you're still figuring things out or whatnot, taking a year of doing some substitute teaching is actually a really good thing to do because it will give you the freedom to basically set up your own hours. You know what I mean? You work when you want to, especially if you're not like contracted. If you're contracted, it's different. You're basically a teacher. You have to work. You only get X amount of sick days. You do get benefits, so forth and so on. But when you're a sub and you're uncontracted, you literally just show up whatever day you want for $100 a day or $120 or $150, whatever it is. You're only going to get paid twice a month, but you still set up your own hours. And it does give you the benefit of the doubt to know like, okay, do I want to become a full-time teacher? Is dealing with kids and dealing with my own classroom, is this something I can see myself doing long-term? Or it's going to be like scared straight and be like, no, I don't want to do this at all. And I subbed for about, full-time, taught as well for about 4 or 5 years, about 5 years. And in the process, I was basically getting my resume together and building up my credentials to get back and use my degree in communications. So it was a great tool. It kept money in my pocket. It kept my bills paid, allowed me to buy a freaking car, while still figuring out career-wise what the heck I wanted to do. So DK's right. And for our listeners and for our viewers, absolutely. If you're fresh out of college, or even if you're in between careers, and you need some time to figure things out, go sub for a year. Go sub for a couple months, or sub for a year, or sub for 2 years if you can afford to do it.
Teaching is a revolving door, bro.
Facts. Tremendous turnover. Nobody
wants to give fucking kids, bro.
Facts.
Especially now, bro. Aren't they like they're desperate?
They need
because like another topic. I'm kind of like really annoyed by this because it's just like just the whole thing with the whole stuff that's going on with like I guess education specifically and the coronavirus, because like I guess they're having terrible attendance. A lot of teachers called off. Mad people got like COVID, but they didn't even want to entertain like the remote option for now. At least like they were like, oh, we'll consider it in a few months and stuff like that, which I think is kind of like it's a political move. Clearly, because in 6 months, I don't think any of us expect to be in the same type of situation. So it's like, no, there's not going to be any remote option. But I don't know. It's kind of silly because it's just like we all should have planned for this. We all knew this was going to happen. And I think it's silly that they didn't offer at least like some type of remote option for now. I don't like. I'm not making pretend like I'm reading into it too much because it doesn't affect me, super directly. It does affect my partner because she works in education, but it's just like I felt like it would have been smarter, and it's not always what's smarter or more economical. It's always about what's more politically advantageous. But like we knew this was going to happen. The remote option should have just been there. We already went through like two school years of this nonsense, like a school year and a half, right? This is the third school year that it's bleeding into. We should have planned this. We all know it should have. I'm pretty sure tons of people did, but this whole thing that like Eric Adams is not for whatever reason, or the union, whatever, it's not happening for whatever reason is annoying. And it's just silly. And it's just like, even though next year there's this hope that like maybe enough people have developed a type of immunity either through getting Omicron or through getting vaccines that like COVID will become more like the flu, like the regular flu, in regards to like most people don't have to worry about it. But it could go the other way. Some random mutation will become like immune to all that other stuff. But whatever, regardless of those two options, which are like clearly the only two extremes, it's like next year we should plan again for everything to like close down around this time of the year, because like it makes sense for things to, for it to be spreading a little bit more. But will we learn, I guess, next year from the mistakes of this year? And I'm going to say no. And I hope I'm wrong, but I don't think we will. And I'm actually hoping that like we don't have to worry about this shit next year. And the door's open, folks.
I don't know, man. It could go in a number of different directions with mutations, Omicron and variants, and I have heard that before, that it could be like the new flu. I mean, especially if more, because I think something really concrete. I think I heard on CNN that around 80 to 85% of the country is vaccinated now. The the hoax or the QAnon wild conspiracy or whatnot, it's kind of dying down, although they're still in full force about spreading misinformation and like deterring people from, or discouraging people from getting the vaccine.
Man. So on Clubhouse, it's ridiculous.
I don't have an iPhone for that. For that.
You don't need an iPhone.
Well, it's for Android.
It's on everything.
Well, I'm not. I got to draw a line somewhere.
Oh my God!
So about Clubhouse.
So basically, I got the app because I was hanging out with some comics a while ago, and they were all on it. So they were like, "Hey, you should just come and chill with us." I was
Wait,
like, all right.
What?
Clubhouse.
Come out.
Yo, look at this. Look at this guy. He's like, I invented it. I invented it.
Set up something with
so basically, it's basically the source of all the conspiracy, whatever. Because me and DK, we basically share these rooms where it's just like people just sharing conspiracy bullshit. And it's hilarious. And it's very like insular. It's the same people. It's like they say the same things. They talk about, you know, it got to the point where people are unironically talking about people getting superpowers or, the vaccine is suppressing our natural superpowers. And these are regular people, checked out their profiles, speaking unironically. This is hilarious. It's like
this is Comedy Central.
It's unfortunate because
this is Comedy Central.
Yeah, that us?
No, we're 100% serious.
Yo, please,
bro. Did you not listen to the voice notes that I posted? No, you didn't. I'm disappointed.
Yeah, you're late. We've been posting this, bro.
Every time I post, bro, you should just be.
Yeah, you're late. We've been posting this in the group chat. You're late.
How dare you disrespect me?
No, but didn't Fab try to like get some type of Clubhouse thing popping or whatnot, or like some like base Clubhouse thing?
No, but
Hugo,
he said, yo, Clubhouse some like fab ass shit.
Hugo, you remember?
I remember it clear as day. I got the freaking Clark Kent memory, bro. I remember everything.
Bro.
Oh, he talked about it for ages ago.
Nah. Yeah, he did.
Popping, and I couldn't.
He didn't try very hard.
He was the first black person to be on
it. He didn't try very hard. He didn't really try.
He just brought it on Android. I couldn't find it on
and said, "Yeah, some shit is cool," and that was it.
Let me guess. He told everybody this is a good idea, but didn't want to do the work to do it. Oh, how typical!
Yo,
he thinks he's a manager. He thinks he's a manager at a startup with 100 people. Fuck out of here.
He's got a master's degree. Yo, put some respect on his name, DK. He's a master, bro.
You're gonna let Hispanic Zordon talk to you like that right now, bro?
he does look like Zordon.
So yeah, you're in Clubhouse now. Tell me about it, that boy.
No, we just listen to conspiracy theorists for the most part.
Bro,
we listen to conspiracy theorists, and it's funny. There are actually counter rooms with actual doctors, virologists, things like that, who run like counter narratives, who are just talking about the facts and science, and they have Q&As, and there's like this little beef going on. It's so weird. It's odd, and it's like it's a microcosm of some extreme views, but it's just very interesting that, and then looking at that, you go on, places like Reddit and like all types of other, larger networks. And it's like a less distilled version of that type of rhetoric. It's just, it's sad. It's sad because I've seen so often that someone will say something crazy. You'll have, an actual doctor, someone who's knowledgeable, disseminate information. And it's always like these weird, nonsensical questions that are obviously not really questions. They're like loaded questions. Like, to even answer the question, you would have to accept some sort of crazy premise. Like, it's just really bad, and it's unfortunate. It's very unfortunate.
Yo, I got a question.
When I see the people who are hosting these rooms and are in these rooms,
would you still go?
They look like us.
But you still go though. That's sad. That's sad. That's sad.
Edwin, I got a question.
They look like us.
I got a question.
Like 90% of the time. Yeah.
Edwin, I got a question. Have you heard of the Hulk?
Yo, bro, this guy unironically, he put this voice message in the chat. So this guy was talking sincerely, and he was making comparison of either, how we have powers or something, and how the vaccine suppresses Black people's natural powers. And he was like, it's not superpowers. We call it super. They call it that, but it's not really super. This is like us, really. Like, that's who we really are. Like, and people are saying this unironically, and then people are just talking about the Anunnaki and like all like.
Bro. Hold up. I had to follow this up,
bro,
because he got after he spoke uninterrupted. Somebody was like, "Yo, wait a minute. I need to say something about when you said that only Black kids learn this way." No, I want to correct that. I think all kids learn this way because I know poor white people. Also, and then he was just like, that's what he spoke about. He didn't speak about the alien shit. He didn't speak about the chemical X shit. He didn't speak about any of these eternal celestial superpowers. He addressed the shit about education, son.
Right, because all powers matter.
So it's like the fringiest of it's like the fringiest of conspiracy stuff. But like you check people's profiles and you see these are like real people with regular jobs. It's just like, holy fuck, man! Like,
listen, bro, foolishness over 9,000.
Like,
my scouter has broken. I'm Vegeta. It's over 9,000.
It's like Among Us, but for dumb people. It's like real life Among Us.
DK, this is the thumbnail.
Add me on that.
DK, can you make the
bro? We've been added you. You.
DK, can you make the thumbnail for this episode? Vegeta over 9,000, please. Thank you.
Please.
Thank you.
No, but yeah, it's pretty bad.
What you said though, because I think it's really like, I mean, I'm laughing mad hard making jokes, but I think it does come from like you pointed it out in the group chat, like a place of just like, a long history of not knowing where you from, just being, constantly oppressed.
Yo, yeah, it's sad.
Like, rational. No, because not for nothing, because I see it like so much and like, I mean, around, just like that type of like mentality kind of leading to like believing some.
It does.
Like super ridiculous. But Edwin, I'll let you did a good job.
So
like, it's
just basically, the history of Black people in the Western Hemisphere, particularly America, a lot of it, a lot of people are just now really figuring out, their roots due to like 23andMe and genealogy and things of that nature, and people's increased ability to travel and find information. But for so long, we didn't really know where we were from. So we would fill in the gaps with a lot of weird shit. And I think a lot of this conspiracy stuff has to do with the fact that for so long, Black people were, we didn't really have knowledge of our background, who we were. So we had to create, like a cultural, I won't say a singular cultural identity because there's many, but cultural identities for ourselves. And we've also been told that, hey, like you're not shit or you're less than. Or a lot of the people that I've seen disseminate these conspiracy theories, they look like us. And I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that we didn't know our history, right? People are just really learning their history through genealogy, stuff like 23andMe, et cetera, access to information. And we were also told that, throughout history that we were less than, well, legally we were less than, right? And that perpetuated, till this day, obviously to a lesser extent, but it still persists, right? So I think a lot of conspiracy theories in our community come from is gaps in those knowledge, right? So people talk about us being connected with like, whether it be aliens or like we were the ancient Egyptians or or theories about how people are like selling Black kids and extracting their melanin because it's so valuable. Like there's just like all types of weird conspiracy bullshit about our origins or how we're the real Native Americans, things like that. And I think a lot of it is rooted in our history. I think a lot of it has to do, people find ways to, counteract the narrative that, that we're less than, and also counteract the fact that we may not necessarily know where we're from up until a certain point. So I think a lot of people believe in weird shit to begin with, right? And I just think that particular part of our history fuels a lot of this weirdness. I think and sometimes it's so fucking ridiculous. It's funny that, that Black people have secret powers or our hair, goes up because, we're basically doing photosynthesis and we're
wait. Let me jump in.
like,
what?
just weird shit. Oh, I'm almost done. But just weird shit like that. So I think it's hilarious on one time, but it's also sad because it's like we can have self-worth as people without making shit up. You know what I'm saying? We could absolutely do it, even within the confines of our, let's say, lack of knowledge of our history. We've done some pretty incredible things, and I think as individuals, we can evaluate ourselves as such rather than create these weird, non-existent, frankly, goofy ass narratives. And it makes us look bad. That's it too. It makes us look bad. All right, that's it.
Speaking of funny ass narratives, there's a conspiracy that Abraham Lincoln is black.
I've heard that before.
Wait, I'm not done.
I've heard that before.
Okay.
Continue.
That's not that. That's not
I'm gonna jump in when you're done, Fab, because I got.
And then they're so too.
I was told that our melanin conduct electricity.
That's the base. All right, folks. No. Wait. Did they also tell you that it's worth $6,000 an ounce? That they kidnap babies and prosecute.
Black Lightning's back.
We're all Static Shock. Static Shock was a documentary.
The Marvels. That's the real history.
Oh man. Yo, we Static Shock. That's funny.
Yo, if I said Black Lightning, I'm done. Black Lightning.
They could bring back Static Shock. I don't give a fuck about Black Lightning. I like Static.
No, they're doing it. They're movie.
It's coming back. Yo, he been back, bro. You don't watch
HBO
you don't
Max.
watch Young Justice?
Yeah, HBO Max is doing a whole bunch of decent stuff. I think that's one of them. So.
Yeah, I hope there's a Static movie. That'd be cool.
Yo, how y'all feel about this NFT purchasing?
Can I get my point off before I get into that? Because I have nothing
go ahead.
Get your point before I go. NFTs. I do have crypto, so shout out to Ethereum. What I will say to go off of Ed Boy's point and DK's point about the spread of misinformation, especially within the minority, people of color community, us or them, streaming now on Amazon Prime, is just like it's hilarious, and like DK, like Ed Boy said, it's hilarious and it's sad at the same time. It's like, some of these conspiracies are so from left field or whatnot, and they're so wild. And again, I can only draw from the only person I know in my family who's in that world. My Hotep cousin. It sounds like a freaking Tyler Perry movie. My Hotep cousin, now streaming on Netflix. It's unfortunate that people that have access to information and don't know how to really disseminate that information, that all they do is they find like-minded people like themselves who are already skeptical. Like, if you're already skeptical about vaccines or the government, and you feel the need to politicize it and to tie it into race and make it seem like a wild conspiracy to wipe out minorities with vaccines and stuff like that. If you're already on that type of time before the vaccines even come out, like, what do you expect? Like, what do you expect from like some of these people in these chat rooms and these clubhouses and these forums or whatnot? It's just so wild and so bonkers. But that's the comedy side of it. The sad part of it is that misinformation is leading to people dying, who are unvaccinated, because still, you can check the numbers, you can check the stats. Even this guy, I think, went on Joe Rogan's podcast recently. I think he was a doctor, or I think he was a scientist. And Joe Rogan was arguing that people who are vaccinated are at risk for some type of adverse effects or whatnot. And they're more at risk than people that are unvaccinated. And even the scientist or the doctor or whatever came in and he was just like, that's actually wrong. And I can actually quote you and tell you, the clip it went viral. I saw it a couple days ago, and they pulled up the information. His research guy pulled up the information right in front of Joe Rogan and was like, "No, unvaccinated people are the effects of COVID and the variant or whatnot, they are more susceptible than vaccinated people. And Joe Rogan was just like, well, yeah, but we're talking about kids, and that's not right. That's not true.
Oh, shift the goalposts.
Yeah, just to keep moving that goalpost until it's out of the stadium or whatnot. But again, but to bring everything full circle, misinformation or the spread of misinformation, it's not racially exclusive or mutually exclusive. And it's unfortunate what's happening. It's unfortunate what's happening. And, all you can do is, like I said, do your best to those who are unplugged from the matrix, like us, who know better. Just try to stay safe, man. Just try to stay safe. I got my vax. I got my booster. I don't have my Hulk powers. The gamma radiation didn't get to me.
No, that's because the vaccine is suppressing your real power. It deactivated your melanin.
Right. So I can't fight Thanos anymore. I could before.
You are Thanos. Okay, we're all Thanos.
I'm all set.
I heard COVID can give you erectile dysfunction.
I heard that too.
That shit'll shrink your penis by 1.5 inches, apparently.
It's like Black Dynamite, bro.
Oh, man.
That
makes so much sense.
That movie was ahead of its time,
what's
bro.
going on down there?
Terrible.
I also heard that it inhibits your ability to think correctly. So is it that everybody that is anti-vax has already been infected and they can't think straight, and that's why they don't want COVID vaccine?
Nah, they were probably like that before.
They were.
Think about it, bro.
Think
about it.
I would encourage people that are super hotep or super anti-vax. I'd encourage them to watch Contagion. Just watch just that one. There's like a billion freaking outbreak movies or TV shows or documentaries, but just watch that movie, Contagion.
Contagion was a psyop, bro. What are you talking about?
Whatever.
It's all a psyop. Any information that deconfirms my preconceived notions that everything the government does is sinister and evil is a psyop, and it's CIA and it's fake.
NSA, DEA,
and
NFT.
Exactly.
NFC,
the NFTs.
AFC, NFL, NBA, NRA, NAACP, UNITY, OpenSea.
And that's the base.
Yeah, old girl, I love the way she do it. She get low like it's nothing really to it. She pick it up and she spin it back around and she get it from my mama. Damn, I knew it. Enzoku. Nice job, boy. Ibu Kwenu, yeah, that's true. She move her hips so proper. Yeah, and she look like Rihanna.